Right, I wanted to have a look at these scripts now you've changed your OU structure so you have a disjointed destination compared to the source. By that, I'll show you by example. Is our source domain. It's called source local. We've got some OUs, particularly nested, called corp, computers, and nested. In there, I know it's called computers, but bear with me. There's a mixture of computer accounts, groups, users. Under there's a group, there's also a user. Back at corp, there's a user and group as well. Okay, so that's our source domain. Now, when you migrate, what you'll find is, now here we are on our destination, we've migrated. You'll see, for example, now we have a test OU for our migration, and all the OU structure has been duplicated below that. And under test OU, you can see all the accounts that have been migrated from that source domain. Now, what we need to do is put them into the proper location. It's a little bit more complex because your destination now doesn't match your source, because the path in the destination, for example, is nested computers corp test OU, whereas if we look back at the source one, which is there, the path is actually nested computers corp and then back to your domain. Okay, so I've modified the scripts now to take advantage of the fact that you have a disjointed namespace. So let's have a look and just see how we do this. We're just going to find the scripts which are under here, under object moves. They're the three that we need to look at. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll look at the first one. Let's just look at move computers. The bit that's important in here is getting these bits right. For example, the migrated OU is the target OU, including the extra OU level that you've added in at the root. Okay, so for example, in this case, it's test OU. Running the scripts is very, very simple. All you need to do is make sure those parameters are set correctly and then just run the script. So what we'll do, just double click on move computers. Should be very quick in my demo because I've only got a couple of computer accounts. Click OK, you'll see a log file, open it up, it will tell you what it's done. So what you see, for example, that's the computer account after it's been migrated. Okay, so you can see it's under LG Cloud Local under test OU. What it does, it finds it in the original domain under source local, where the path is source local corp computers nested. Okay, and then recreates the target OU and then moves the computer. Okay, so what we should see now is that computer 1 should have moved to under nested computers corp test OU and then the cloud. So let's have a look and see if that's happened. Pop into AD users computers, quick refresh, under corp computers nested, and there's our computer account. Okay, so it's the same with groups and users. So let's move our groups next. Simple, double click, very, very quick because I've only got a few. You'll see the log file created, which is there. It's found two groups, group 1 and group 2, and relocated them. So let's double check those. AD users computers, quick refresh. You'll see our groups have disappeared. They're under corp, computers is group 2, and nested is group 1. So let's just check that quickly on our source. Nested is group 1, computers is group 2. On our destination, nested is group 1, computers is group 2. So that's done that bit successfully. Of course, this leaves the user accounts, which we have 3 of. So again, there's a script for the the user accounts, which is named move users. So again, same process, double click, let it run. Can take a little while. Users can take a little bit longer to run because the export is a little bit more complex. So if you do have a lot of users, just be a bit of patience on that. Yeah, okay. So again, look at the log for move users. You'll see the users that it's found and where it's moving them to. So what we should see now, quick refresh, users have disappeared. We should now see users in the relevant place. So 3, user 2, and then user 1. Okay, so if we jump back across to the source, we should see user 3, user 2, and user 1. There we go. So that script now, those scripts will take account of the fact that you have a disjointed namespace. The trick is with those scripts is to make sure that you have the opening parameters set correctly, and they are those bits. The migrated OU must include the disjointed OU that you're using to migrate to. Make sure you've got these paths correct as well. Other than that, it's relatively straightforward to do. Right. Okay, well I hope that helped anyway.